Hey everyone, welcome to Rev Trev NFL. I'm so glad you're here because today we're talking about a Super Bowl prediction video. This is the show I'm gonna dive in to the predictions, and it's gonna be great. And I'm looking forward to it because it's gonna be fantastic, absolutely fantastic to connect with you, to hang out, to do all these wonderful things. Okay, let's dive into each part of this show, and I'm going to go through O-line, like pass rush, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, the whole pass game, everything. I'm going to try I need to even do special teams, okay? So if you just look at this season alone, and it's pretty cool. It's been a really good NFL season from top to bottom, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I with all the ups and downs, it's been fantastic. There have been so many teams that were bottom of the barrel last year that became really incredible and amazing this year. That it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun just to watch that progression in teams. I mean, you think of a team like the Patriots or a team like the Bears, and then you have the other teams that kind of were the upper echelon teams that just fell out of contention and was shocking. I mean, you look at the Ravens, for example, or Detroit Lions, who were could have won the Super Bowl last year. Those kind of teams as well, shocking. Minnesota of all teams as well. Part of that is maybe the Sam Darnold experiment that they didn't continue it, but it's just been such an interesting year, right? No Kansas City Chiefs, who were in the Super Bowl. No, they didn't even make the playoffs. So this was absolutely interesting and crazy. And so there is so much going on in the NFL, but let's dive into these Super Bowl predictions. And as you know, unless you've been living underneath a rock. By the way, I'm a Packers fan who loves talking about the NFL. If you like NFL content, I'm on X, which is Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Switch, Facebook. Follow me everywhere because I am everywhere. I'd appreciate it. If you've been following my content lately, it's been mostly short form content, not this long form content, but a minute and a half to 3 minutes just doesn't do who's going to win the Super Bowl justice, right? So let's dive in together on this. I'll make this come down just a little bit here. But let's talk about the New England Patriots versus the the Seattle Seahawks. As you can see, both were 14-3. Now, what's more impressive, I guess the betting odds at the beginning of the season, Seahawks and the Patriots were exact same, which makes no sense to me if you think about last season to this season. But New England for the last 2 years has been a 4-win team. 4 wins, and was it 13 lessons? 4 times 13? Yeah, 4 and 13 for the last 2 years. Flip the script and go 14-3. So this has been absolutely impressive. And again, I'll be making this video for the short form content to kind of do a little bit quick prediction. But this is a Super Bowl rematch, everyone. And the Seahawks want to get justice. They want revenge. They want, and you know what? It's not revenge against the Seahawks, against the Patriots, really. That you should have won. But we all know it was 3rd down. You had 2 downs still to go. You were on the 2-yard line, whatever it was. and you have Marshawn Lynch, and you decided to do a trick play and throw the ball. They had read it perfectly. It was a Butler, got the interception, and game was over. Game was over. Seattle should have won its second Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Seattle's been to 3 Super Bowls and only come away with 1 win. So this is an important one, but it's against the Patriots. And most people don't like the Patriots because they just won so much. You know what I mean? They hate the team that's on top, right? So you start thinking about this, and man, the Patriots have been the hated rivals, and they have done a quick turnaround. It is shocking to see them back in the Super Bowl. This is phenomenal. And I'll tell you this about this game right now. This can go either way. A lot of people think it's just going to be a landslide one way or the other, and it's possible that either team could do that. But I can see scenarios where the Patriots are going to win. In fact, I did a small video, a minute and a half, on each team, 5 reasons why I believe the Patriots can win, and then 5 in the other video, 5 reasons that the Seahawks can win. So that is something that's really important to understand. Like, this isn't a give me. There isn't like there's so, like, for example, I think if the Patriots win, like, they seem like the team of destiny. How do you go from 4 wins to 14 wins? That is insane. That is insane. So I've been impressed, super impressed by the Patriots organization to flip it around so quickly. Mike Vrabel deserves a lot of that credit for sure. And then the emergence of Drake May, we'll talk about that in a second. But the Seattle Seahawks, that dark side defense looks for real. And we know when it comes to defenses win championships. And I think that's why a lot of people are leaning the Seahawks in their predictions. It makes sense to me. I get it. I understand it. Okay. But this is where we're at. This is what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm so glad that you're here. Please post in the comments who you think's going to win the Super Bowl. Do it right now. That's fine. I'm also going to talk about each section of the thing. But let's get into the predictions today, and let's talk about each thing. And we'll go. And I forgot to mention coaches. I think both teams are coached really well. Really well. Mike Macdonald, Mike Vrabel have turned these franchises around. You know, Pete Carroll gone. He's not the guy calling the play. He should have run the ball. He even still said, "Oh, it was a good play." No, it wasn't, bro. It wasn't. But Belichick's gone. So you have 2 coaches that definitely deserve a Super Bowl. They're very good coaches. So we're going to dive in. Okay, let's get into the big conversation. First of all, comparing quarterbacks to wide receivers. So we'll start with the quarterback situation. Drake May has been on fire, like literally in the conversation for MVP. And of course, if they win the Super Bowl, I mean, should be winning this, right? But it's probably going to be like, who's going to be Matthew Stafford's probably going to win MVP. But if you think about, like, there's a guy, I mean, what is he, 37 years old or something? 41? No, I think Rodgers is over 40. So you've got Stafford with all this experience, with all that offense of the Rams was insanely good, right? So you sitting there and you're talking about that, and Drake May is in the conversation, guys. Drake May has had a phenomenal year as a second-year player. We saw a couple of those quarterbacks that have emerged in that draft class. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, by the way. I think Bo Nix would be here if he didn't get injured. Obviously, I mean, the Denver Broncos would be here if he didn't get injured, but it is what it is, right? So, I've got something on my hat. Okay. So anyways, long story to say, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Drake May, JJ McCarthy's been terrible. Penix Jr. got injured, so we can't, that's there. Jaden Daniels got injured this year, but was in the playoffs last year. What a draft class. What a draft class. And Drake May has risen to the cream of the crop in this scenario, leading his team to a Super Bowl in 2 seasons. Insanely awesome. Okay, then we flip it on the other side, and you've got the Seahawks, okay? The Seahawks. So we're talking here Sam Darnold comes and is the difference maker. A lot of times, like, I don't know if you know this, but I had season tickets to the Seahawks. I also had them to the Cowboys and the Chargers. We were in the process of just like buying tickets. It was back in the day when you could FedEx things overnight, and we had these season tickets. We'd ship them. Now it's so much easier to, own tickets and sell them and just email them to people. But I had season tickets to Seahawks, and we were going. Not we. Well, when you invest your money, you say we. The Seahawks were going to be starting Tavares Jackson, and it was over. So we got rid of our season tickets, even though the Patriots were coming down to town, Dallas. It was well worth keeping. I should have kept those tickets because I didn't know they had drafted Russell Wilson. I didn't even know. I knew they had drafted Russell. I didn't know who Russell Wilson was. Nobody thought Russell Wilson was going to be good. They ended up winning a Super Bowl with him, going to a second Super Bowl, right? So here we are. They were in desperate need of a quarterback. I mean, Geno Smith didn't do it, and Sam Darnold is the guy. You know that Sam Darnold led the Minnesota Vikings the year before to a 14-3 record? And then look at how awful the Vikings were, and still had a pretty decent season, but quarterback play matters. And J.J. McCarthy, with his injuries, with, just being young, it's too hard to lead that, but they should have kept Sam for one more year. The Seahawks fans are very happy about this. He was the right fit at the right time. Now, Sam Darnold has had some really bad performances. And if it's bad Sam Darnold, we know for a fact the Patriots are going to win this game, right? But Sam Darnold has looked good in the playoffs. He looked very good against the Rams, which has a ferocious defense. So let's just remember that for a second, okay? So both of these quarterbacks, Sam saying, hey, this might be, who knows? Maybe this is his only shot. Maybe this is Drake May's only shot ever to make a Super Bowl. This matters. This matters. Now, the wide receiver core, if you look at it, I would give the nod to the Patriots have a little bit better and deeper wide receiver core, a little more difficult one to handle. But the Seahawks definitely have the best wide receiver in the Super Bowl with JSN. I'm still upset that the Packers didn't draft JSN instead of Lucas Van Ness. And I know we needed a pass rusher, but come on. JSN has become one of the most elite wide receivers in the NFL this season. I would say it's Puka Nacua, Jamar Chase, and I want to respect Jefferson, but he had a terrible year because of this, right? If you think about it, it's he had one of those terrible years, right? And you're sitting there and you're watching this and you're going, how can he just rip up the league like this? Let's just talk about JSN is like the real deal. Everyone knows it's going to JSN, and he still gets the ball. He still gets over 100 yards in the NFC Championship game, right? Like, you're sitting there watching this team, and you're going, wow, this is impressive. This is amazing. How does he do that? Like, we all know it's going to him, and then he goes wide open into the end zone. Like, we're talking about the Rams defense. That's very good. There's only a few players that can do this. It's like Devontae Adams for my Packers back in the day. Now it's a Jamar Chase. It's a Jefferson. Excuse me. And so we're just sitting there watching this and unfold, and it's like, you can't stop this guy. You can't stop this guy. And so they have to slow down JSN, the Patriots, in order to have an incredible opportunity to win the Super Bowl. So you let them cook, you're hooped. Let's flip over to the running backs and the O-line. By the way, the tight ends come into play here. Henry, Barner, a couple of those guys as well. That's very important. See, it'll be interesting to see how they use the tight ends. Okay, if you go to the O-lines and the running backs, now it is shocking to me how the Seattle Seahawks, I want to say Supersonics, bring back the Sonics. Okay. have revamped that O-line. Guys, that was their Achilles heel. Quarterback play and O-line, and they go hand in hand. So maybe Gino wasn't as bad. But if you're just looking at this thing, they have revamped and they hit on their draft picks. Man, that O-line looks good. That they gave time to Sam Darnold against the pass rush of the LA Rams. So, which includes the running back situation. Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet are an elite combo. It reminds me a little bit of the Gibbs Montgomery Lions combo that is out there. But Charbonnet going down, that's a real difficult. If Kenneth Walker can stay healthy, which he has, he can stay healthy in this game, you're talking about a very difficult guy to stop, an extremely difficult guy to stop. Okay? That's what we're talking about here. But on the flip side, I think that people aren't talking about the Patriots' run game as much. The Patriots have two fantastic running backs. Henderson was a great draft pick. Man, he's been good this year. As well as Ramondre Stevenson, who has silenced everyone saying, oh, he's done. Look at how effective he is. And for Drake May to have these two weapons at his disposal, not only Stephon Diggs and the other wide receivers that we're seeing there, but you're talking about comparing like these two guys versus Kenneth Walker. And really, the third stringer for Seattle is just not in those conversations. They doesn't hold a candle to these other guys, right? So I would say it's pretty even. I'd probably give the leverage just because there's two very good ones for the Patriots, just slightly above. But the O-line for the Patriots are no chump change either. They play difficult teams and found ways to protect Drake May and let him cook. Again, if this O-line of the Patriots can slow down the pass rush, that is something like absolutely impressive, right? And the battle of the trenches is always important in the Super Bowl, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So I think they both have good O-lines. They both have good running back play. I'll give the O-line play a little bit of a higher grade to the Seahawks, but we're talking about two really good offenses regarding the O-line play and the running back play. So now let's get into the defense because we know defense wins championships. I just want you to know that at the end of the day, no matter what I've been saying here, if the Seattle Seahawks defense, which they've named the dark side, plays like they can, there's no way the Patriots are going to win this game. I'm just telling you right now. This looks like an elite defense. But in saying that, the LA Rams slowed down the pass rush. And that was interesting. Can the New England Patriots have a good enough scheme to slow down their pass rush? Because if they can, they're in it, and they're in it to win it. Like, listen, the Patriots, if they can slow down, if they can't get to Drake May, it's over. Now, we saw what happened last year. Everyone was predicting Patrick Mahomes to three-peat with his Kansas City Chiefs, and the Philadelphia Eagles came in and smashed them in the mouth, literally put them in their place, and that Eagles defense crushed them, literally crushed them like a grape. You know what I mean? It just destroyed them. Nobody saw that coming, that kind of performance. So that's what I'm saying. I would give a slight edge to, not a slight, actually, I would give a very big edge to the pass rush of the Seahawks than I would the Patriots. But I think that people are underestimating how good the Patriots pass rush is as well. They can create problems. If they can get to Sam Darnold, I'm telling you right now, he's going to throw picks. Now, I think Drake May's not going to throw very many picks. He's going to get sacked if that defense comes and then just kill drives, right? Where I think if the Patriots get in, Sam Darnold's going to throw awful picks, and you've seen it before. Like when Sam Darnold turns into bad Sam Darnold, it's over. So again, Defense wins championships. This pass rush is both crucial. I'm so interested to see what the Patriots pass rush looks like and what the Seahawks dark side defense looks like as a whole, but as well as a pass rush. So if you compare secondaries, I think because of these pass rushes, it allows the secondaries to just really produce what they need to do. And I like the Seahawks secondary a lot. I mean, there's a couple. I mean, they had trouble against that Rams offense because they were a juggernaut. Now, when it came to the Patriots game, there was so much snow in that Denver game. It was a 13-10 loss or victory. I mean, it's hard to really anticipate. You could see their rush, you could see the DBs, but now playing in Santa Clara, 49er country, right? And that is unbelievable where that's going to be, right? Like how that's going to work. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen there because these guys, when that pass rush is coming, it makes the secondary job so much simpler. But if you let JSN have time to run a route, Diggs, is it boot? Is that how you say? There's so many Patriots wide receivers we can talk about there, but like that's what we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about is like these teams with incredible offensive schemes, but in order for those secondaries to be able to last, but it's the way the safeties, how they drop into cover two, all the different things that they want to accomplish when they want to blitz, all that kind of stuff. So again, I think it's also linked to the pass rush. So I kind of feel like they're really even this way. But now comparing special teams, nobody wants to talk about special teams, all that kind of stuff. Here we are. Okay. The punting matters. Do you need to punt? And if you do, can you hit a 70-yard bomb? Can you hit that clutch field goal to win? We've seen that the Patriots were able to do that to beat the Denver Broncos in the snowstorm, right? Seahawks got a good one as well and got a couple good ones. So these special teams, but the ones that I want to talk about is Rashid Shaheed. That was an incredible pickup, and I think that's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so seems like my internet's kind of slowing down, so I'm just going to quickly dive into this. Here is my Super Bowl prediction, okay? I made a video, 5 reasons why the Patriots can win, 5 reasons why the Seattle Seahawks can win. I'm gonna lean that the Seahawks get revenge because they hold off the pass rush of the New England Patriots, and the defense of the Seattle Seahawks are too much for the Patriots to handle. I do believe that if Bo Nix was playing for Denver, Denver would have made the Super Bowl because not only their defense, but just enough offense to win. Listen, I would have preferred to have watched a Denver Seattle final if Bo Nix was healthy, but with him non-healthy, this is the matchup that's better viewing and all that kind of stuff. By the way, halftime show, not interested in watching it. Bad Bunny, no interest. I don't know why they do that. I don't think he's not interested. We aren't going to be watching it here. Post in the comments whether you're going to watch it or not. I just think it's a waste of time. There's so many better options they could have gone with. But my Super Bowl prediction is that the Seattle Seahawks are going to win. I'm going to say 27-21, and we're going to call it a day. Again, hope you like this show, the channel. Again, if you can follow me on RevTrev NFL on X, which is Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, or Facebook, or all of them, that would be great. Thank you so much for coming today and being a part of this show. And I just want to give one big comment to Jason, who's been a faithful supporter of this channel. He's saying 38-28 for the Seahawks. Go Hawks, he says. I'm with you, man. I'm cheering them on as well. So that's my prediction, 27-21, but Jason's going 38-28. The high-scoring for these two defenses, but we'll see how it goes. So thanks, Jason, for stopping by. Also, please don't forget to put a comment in the comments later on if you're watching this later. I'm not watching the halftime show either, bro. Yeah, it's good. I think it's too controversial. I'm not interested. Have a great day, everyone. And of course, always go Pack, go. We're not. I wish we were in the finals. Would be great, but we'll see. I guess today we're going to say go Hawks.